also have one of those crazy friends who have been telling you about chemtrails, cloud seeding, weather modification, geoengineering, and how the government is secretly manipulating our weather. Ha! Google, Wikipedia, and all other information authorities tell us that for sure these are just silly conspiracy theories. I mean, come on, how could the government be spraying toxic chemicals into our skies to control the weather? You have got to be a very silly moron to believe such nonsense. Oh my gosh, you have to be a full-blown idiot to believe something like that. Really? Have you ever heard this statement from President John F. Kennedy?
We shall propose further cooperative efforts between all the nations in weather prediction and eventually in weather control.
And what about the following statement from his vice president, Lyndon Johnson?
That will permit man to determine the world's cloud layer and ultimately to control the weather, and he who controls the weather will control the world.
That is strange. So, weather modification is not some stupid conspiracy theory after all? Well, at least not according to the former CIA director John Brennan, who is pretty excited about spraying chemicals in the air.
Another example is the array of technologies, often referred to collectively as geoengineering, that potentially could help reverse the warming effects of global climate change. One that has gained my personal attention is stratospheric aerosol injection, or SAI, a method of seeding the stratosphere with particles that can help reflect the sun's heat in much the same way that volcanic eruptions do.
But why are Google and Wikipedia and all the other major platforms lying about it? I wonder. There are even a lot of official documents from the United States government and the military discussing how to manipulate the climate and the weather. This particular document is almost 800 pages thick, all about how to modify the weather. According to this United States government document, weather modification is even causing long-lasting droughts, severe storms, deadly hurricanes, hellish heat waves, devastating floods, and even lethal illness, while massively poisoning all air, soil, and water. A world-famous environmental scientist warned the United Nations that chemtrails have a bad effect on agriculture.
These programs impact agriculture, and there are programs around the world, international corporations are modifying our weather all the time, and they're modifying it in ways that cover thousands and thousands of square miles. Most of it is chemically altered, so that what happens is that we are putting chemicals, ground-based chemicals that are shot into the air, or chemicals coming from airplanes that change and modify our weather.
Here we see a news channel plainly explaining what solar geoengineering is.
Hi, I'm Femi OK. Today on the stream, could blocking out the sun actually help reduce the temperature down here on Earth? Let me show you what I mean. For instance, you could have material pumped into our stratosphere. That material could reflect the sun's rays or solar energy all the way back to the sun, meaning that we down here are kept cooler. That is a very basic, rudimentary understanding of solar geoengineering.
Is it not absolutely insane that all of the world's leading information platforms and even scientific websites, education organizations, they all insist on labeling chemtrails as a conspiracy theory, while it's being openly discussed by the governments, the CIA, the United Nations, and now even on some news stations. But if you search on YouTube for chemtrails, all YouTube will show you is this kind of crap.
Airplane chemtrails. It's one of the longest running conspiracy theories out there. Our Verified team looks into what airplanes are really leaving behind.
One of the conspiracy theories that just won't seem to quit is this idea that's out there that the government is spraying chemicals out of the backside of airplanes to control the population or change the climate.
Why are they so keen on hiding this from you? Why do they not want the public to know that their governments are spraying unfathomable amounts of toxic chemicals in their skies? Did you even know that the government has put all weather service employees under illegal gag orders? Yeah, that's right. Everybody working in these chemtrail programs is forbidden to talk about it with other people. That shows how terrified they are that the world would find out. But now and then, there is a news station that dares to investigate honestly.
Could a strange substance found by a southwest Arkansas man be part of a government test? Well, that's the question at the heart of a phenomenon called chemtrails, now getting widespread attention. Well, tonight, KSLA News 12 investigation reporter Jeff Farrell shows us the results of testing we had done about what's in our skies.
It seemed like some mornings it was just crisscrossing the whole sky. It was just like a giant checkerboard.
Bill Nichols snapped several photos of the strange clouds from his home in Stamps, Arkansas. They begin as normal contrails from a jet engine, but do not fade away like a normal contrail. Soon after, he saw particles in the air.
You know, because we'd see it drop to the ground in a haze.
Nichols then noticed the material collecting on the ground.
This is water and stuff that I collected in bowls. I had it set out in my backyard on my dad's pickup truck.
KSLA News 12 had the sample tested at a lab. The results? A high level of barium, 6.8 parts per million, more than 3 times the toxic level set by the EPA.
Armed with these lab results about the high levels of barium found in our sample, we decided to contact the Louisiana Department of Environmental Quality. They told us that yes, these levels are very unusual, but at the same time they added the caveat that proving the source is a whole nother matter.
Barium is a hallmark of other chemtrail testing, which even attracted attention from a Los Angeles TV station. There's already no shortage of unclassified weather modification programs by the government. But those who fear chemtrails could be secret biological or chemical testing on the public point to the 1977 Senate hearings in particular, which confirmed 239 populated areas had been contaminated with biological agents between 1949 and 1969. Later, the 1994 Rockefeller Report concluded hundreds of thousands of military personnel were also subjected to secret biological experiments over the last 60 years. But could secret testing be underway yet again?
I'd rather it be something inert and benign, something that's, not causing any damage, but I'd like to know what it is.
KSLA News 12 discovered chemtrails are even mentioned by name in the initial draft of House Bill 2977 back in 2001 under the Space Preservation Act. But the military denies any such program exists. Jeff Farrell, KSLA News 12 reporting.
And, it turns out until 9 years ago, the government had the right under U.S. law to conduct secret testing on the American public under specific conditions. Only a public outcry repealed part of that law, with some exceptions.
Now, Jeff's report mentioned high levels of barium linked to those alleged chemtrails. We wanted to find out exactly what effects barium has on the body. We spoke with Mark Ryan, the director of the Poison Control Center. Ryan tells KSLA News 12 that short-term exposure can lead to anything from stomach to chest pains. Long-term exposure causes blood pressure problems. Ryan addressed concerns by chemtrail researchers that barium could be meant to wear down a person's immune system.
Anything that causes ill effects in the body long-term, chronically, is going to affect your ability because it's constantly working on the body. So from that aspect, yeah, that's a potential.
So how does this look in real life? Well, here you can see a very clear example of solar geoengineering, which is executed by spraying chemtrails. This is in Colorado, the United States. On this side, the sky is perfectly clear, beautiful blue, with one natural cloud in the distance. It's a lovely sunny day. When we turn around, however, we see something peculiar going on. Dozens of airplanes are simultaneously flying over the same region, spraying enormous amounts of toxic chemicals into the sky. I mean, just look at what's going on here. Do you see how crazy that is? When we zoom in, we can see an airplane busy spraying his toxic load over the entire region. At first it looks like a condensation trail, but this does not evaporate like a normal contrail. On the contrary, it spreads out and forms a vast canopy of chemicals, metal oxides and other substances that cover the sun. After a while, this entire sky will turn completely grey. Gone is the beautiful blue sunny sky that makes people smile, the birds sing, the crops grow and the flowers bloom. After about half an hour we observe how the chemtrails are forming a thick veil of chemicals that block the sunlight. So Google and Wikipedia, the BBC and science platforms and the news agencies that have been saying that this is all just a conspiracy theory have been lying all the time, for years, in fact for decades. Why? What are they trying to hide from us? Shh. Isn't it time that we open our eyes and make sure to be accurately informed? On our website, stopworldcontrol.com, you will find a comprehensive report on weather and climate modification and the incredibly damaging effects these programs have on human health, the environment, and agriculture. Have a look at our website. Go to stopworldcontrol.com. And please have the courage to spread this video everywhere. Together we can break through the lies and open everyone's eyes.